For Palm Lake Christian Church, why Palm Lake Urban Sanctuary is an easy why. For us, Jesus teaches us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And so that means that if we have housing, if we are able to cover our families, cover ourselves, then we must also seek creative ways, seek any way possible, any means necessary to make sure that our brothers and sisters who are housing insecure, that they too have housing. And so here at Palm Lake Christian Church, we say love is the key to PLCC, and love is an action word. Love means that we have to be about our Father's business. And if that Father's business is building housing, then that's what we're doing. There's an African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. And I believe that same thing for this community, that it takes the whole village to raise this community. And so what we're doing here at Palm Lake Urban Sanctuary, the way I see it, is that it's taking all of us. It takes the faith community. It takes our politicians. It takes our investors. It takes developers working together to raise housing for those in our community that are housing insecure. So I'm excited about this opportunity to see Palm Lake Urban Sanctuary give life and give space of grace for those who are in need of God's grace.
Hi, my name is Darren Asdell. I'm with Pi Architects. I grew up in this neighborhood, raised in this church since I was 7, and during that entire time, this church has always been a place of giving. We delivered food to those who were hungry, clothed people who needed clothed, and housed people who needed housed. I went away to architecture school and traveled and came back to this church, and they were still doing those same things. And when the church came to me and said, look, we want to be better stewards of our property. We want to make more of what we're doing. Our first inkling was, well, let's serve the people who need it the most. And senior living seemed to be a good option, but as we looked into that, we realized we would be competing with other places that were already providing services. And what wasn't being provided was really truly affordable housing. So we took those ideas and started thinking about what we could do with the site, and in a way that could be giving for many years to come, another 60, 70 years to come. And the answer really was using this Live Local Act that the state had. Hadn't been done before. City of St. Petersburg had not used it, but they were willing to look at it with us and willing to take that step to make something happen.
Since its beginning in 1958, Palm Lake Christian Church has really tried to hold to the ideal that faith without works is dead. We've really tried to live our faith into the community and not just within the walls of our building. And that has been through many different things like food for homeless or shelter or Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. We even were the first kitchen in the area for Meals on Wheels. And about 8 years ago, we got together a long-range planning committee and tried to decide, what were the needs that are in our community and how could we help serve those needs. And what we discovered was affordable housing was definitely the most critical need in our area. And we looked at what we had, which was a very large, very empty field that all we did was spend all of our time and energy and money mowing week after week. And we decided that's exactly how we could help and how we could continue the legacy that the people that came before us at Palm Lake Christian Church started. And so based on that and the needs of our community, we started Plus.
Palm Lake is it's an affordable housing and workforce housing development on 22nd Avenue North in St. Pete. 86 units of housing on about a 4.5 acre development site. It's been fantastic working with the church. They actually found us because they saw us on the news for one of our other developments, but they called us and they said they wanted to do housing on their property. They wanted to help people, and could we help them? They knew that we specialized in partnering with public housing authorities and nonprofits. So we started working together, and we were able to obtain a site plan approval through the city of St. Pete that had just passed an ordinance based on the original Live Local statute. So the state of Florida really helped us get this development off the ground. Once we got through the city process, it was a little bit easier. We were able to obtain a low-income housing tax credit award on our first attempt with Palm Lake Church, which is kind of rare. And we don't have any significant HUD involvement in this project, so the underwriting and the closing were a little quicker. So it's been good. So we closed this past June, and we're under construction now with a completion date at the end of 2026.